Hello, everyone. My name is Tierra Washington, and I just wanted to speak to you all about the dispositions of a professional educator. And it's fascinating to really dig into what guides our actions and thinking in the classroom. So today I want to share a bit about the dispositions I feel I already bring to the table and what I'm focusing on growing and what I see as the defining qualities of a truly professional educator. First off, thinking of the dispositions that I already possess that make me a successful teacher, I definitely highlight high expectations, respect for diversity of others, honesty, and compassion. In my years of teaching, I genuinely believe that every single one of my students could learn and achieve, even when they come in below grade level. And we have to be honest, that can happen a lot. I always try to communicate those high expectations positively, like our reading talks about. We'd set goals together, and I'd work hard to really know them, their interests, and where their strengths and weaknesses were. That allows me to individualize instruction and push them because I know that they are capable. Along with that, respect for diversity of others was always a huge one for me. My classroom is always a beautiful mix of different backgrounds, cultures, and learning styles, and I genuinely enjoy getting to know my students' unique stories and embracing their diversity to cast light on different perspectives. It wasn't just about tolerating differences, but it's about celebrating the potential that diversity brings, making sure every child feels seen and valued for who they are. I really strive for honesty as well in all my interactions. In the classroom, that means always speaking truthfully to my students, even when conversations get a little rough. It's about saying what you mean and meaning what you say, being transparent in my decision making, and really showing them that their input matters, always keeping them at the center of every choice. Building that foundation of trust is really important. Now, honestly, you cannot teach children, and me specifically in third grade, you cannot teach them without compassion. I always try to greet my students with real sincerity every day, taking time to chat beyond just schoolwork, academics, knowing what was going on in their lives outside of school, whether it's just sports, things they do with family like vacations, holidays, really helps me to connect with them on a deeper level and provide that emotional support they sometimes need. It's about genuinely being interested in them. Not as much as I feel confident in those areas, there are definitely dispositions I'm focused on strengthening to grow even more. One that immediately comes to mind is reflection. Our reading mentions that reflection combined with experience leads to growth. And I really want to get better at critically examining my own professional practice, not just in my classroom, but now how I'll support other teachers. It's about seeking feedback actively and being willing to change ineffective processes, or, as we read, avoiding sacred behaviors. Always asking, can this be improved? Making consistent time for that reflective process daily is a goal for me. So, what does a professional educator truly look like and how do they behave? Well, based on our readings, it's much more than just what happens in the classroom. A professional educator consistently models integrity and ethical behavior. They exercise sound judgment in all settings, whether it's dealing with students, families, or colleagues. It's about being punctual, having a positive attitude, and demonstrating responsibility and accountability in everything we do. Our reading talks about professional conduct and how it extends into the community, acting as a positive role model. The standards guiding their thinking and actions really flow from those core Grand Canyon values of community, character, and citizenship. It's about upholding trust, maintaining confidentiality, and always keeping the students at the center of every decision. It's about being transparent, honest, and truly dedicated to this amazing profession as an educator, always striving for lifelong learning. Thanks.